Please welcome to the stage Michael Fassbender, Domhnall Gleeson, and Carla Azar. Welcome, everyone. So
Tequila? Where? Okay. Bring it here.
So I was just saying, this is the biggest crowd I've ever seen for an Apple Talk, so congrats. The film's going to be huge based
Hopefully.
on this.
Thanks for coming.
We have a woman in the front row all the way from Ohio. She came out just for this event, and she's been here since 9 a.m.
Since 9 a.m.? Nobody told you you were coming in the evening? It was 9 o'clock at night. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That's awesome. And I see we have one Frank Head in the audience.
I see that. Nice. And sort of tailored. You've done your own little artwork on it. Very nice.
Frank and drag.
That's what it's like looking at Frank. Okay.
So what I love about this film so much, I caught it back at the Sundance Film Festival, is that it's impossible to categorize. What did you all make of the script when you first read it?
This is fucking weird. I just thought I was like bizarre, and it suits my kind of sense of humor. I was laughing out loud in places, and it's really got some stupid sort of slapstick, physical humor in there, physical comedy rather, physical humor, and then it just had these really, touching, poignant moments as well, and I just thought, And then I found out that Lenny was going to be directing it, and I was a fan of his work. And then I knew that Domhnall was cast, and I wanted to work with him, so it was dead easy.
What I love is that you made no mention
Not
of...
Domhnall, Domhnall.
Domhnall. I was warned before I took the stage. I love that you didn't even mention the fact that, your character wears a prop on his head the entire way through. Did that not pose any kind of threat whatsoever when you first read the script?
No, I thought, great. I was like, I can lie in late. I can watch movies during the day. We'll send in the double. I really only have to be present for the last scene of the movie. It seemed like a dream job. So no, I mean, obviously the mask is a big thing. But I just, it was another, masks and theater and acting have been, around for thousands of years. So, like, I had done a bit of commedia dell'arte at drama school, and I really always enjoyed it because it was about sort of working externally, internally, as opposed to the other way around, which is usually the sort of process. So I thought it was, was another opportunity to really get to do it in a film and just, explore that and have fun with it. And it was great fun. It's like, when you put on a Halloween mask and you sort of go out trick-or-treating. I know I still do. Yeah, sure. Where are we going? Where do you live? Okay. No, perfect. I'll be there. So yeah, you sort of, once you put a sort of mask on or something, you feel a little sort of kind of, bulletproof and pretty mischievous, and a little sort of anarchic. So it was very sort of freeing.
I was nervous you were going to walk on stage tonight with the mask, so I'm glad to see you.
Don't be nervous.
Don't be nervous. I want to extend that first question to the two of you as well. What did you both think of the script? And Carla, this is your first ever film. What even brought you on?
From the beginning, well, I've never acted, obviously. And I said no just when my manager mentioned it. And then they said Michael was in it. And then I said, okay, I'll read the script.
Did they tell you I was in it?
Well, no,
no one told you?
I didn't know. They didn't mention it. And then, I'm usually against, for myself, the idea of doing a movie with music because they never pull it off. It's really difficult. With actors playing music, it's very rare. I don't even know if it's been done where I've loved it. So that made me nervous. And but then I read it and it was incredible. And then I saw the director's films and I thought, okay, all the acting in his films are great. So I thought it would be a great challenge. I mean, I have one speaking scene in the film. Everything else I'm not speaking. My character doesn't speak. I thought, okay, this is it's when, I could probably do this if I worked really hard. And I worked really hard just for that one scene. I didn't just to audition. So I did that, and I'm happy I did, because it was a great...
She's a natural, right? Have you seen the movie yet?
No one's seen the movie, Michael.
Hasn't
That's
come out
right.
yet.
She's a natural. We're all excellent. You should go see it.
Good night. Thanks for coming out.
I would also
Anyways,
say Carla is
that's it.
one of the best drummers in the world.
Yes.
Her band Auto looks
Yeah.
are phenomenal. And she's the
Fast
drummer in the
becoming
band.
one of the best actors in the world. She took to it like a duck to water, I have to say. It's a tough thing to do, and great.
Try acting with these guys. Your first acting job, it's like with
It's horrible.
them.
Well, I want to know what the actors learned from you. I mean, given it's such a musical film, I'm guessing you were there kind of as a mentor of sorts to the cast.
About Carla?
Yeah.
She was amazing. We started off, the way we got to know each other, so we're playing a band in the film, and the way we got to know each other was through music rehearsal. So we met up for a couple of weeks, and Carla was kind of... Stephen Rennicks wrote the music, but Carla was kind of in charge of the band. And when Carla liked the music, it made all of us just so happy and confident, and it brought everything together. And I think she looked after us brilliantly. And me and Michael got to be in a band with Carla for a while, which is amazing. It's amazing. So yeah, we were very happy about it. Yeah, and she's also lovely, so that was good too.
Yeah, she became really the spine of the band. I mean, her primarily, and then Francois, who's unfortunately not here tonight. He's just
Incredible musician.
yeah, he's a great musician, and he's just sort of French and cool, but Carla really absolutely kept us in line, gave us the confidence we needed, and definitely was the heart of the band for sure.
The heart and the spine.
And the spine.
Both
Put those
body
two
parts.
together, and you have movement and emotion.
I'm the buttocks of the band. That's how I like to think of myself.
Yeah, you're the left butt cheek. The pimple on the left butt cheek, just above the thigh. It's sort of in between that area. That's kind of. Is it a dimple? Is it a wrinkle? What is it? It's
Domhnall Gleeson.
It's
That's who
Domhnall
it is.
Gleeson.
So with that said, we're going to show the first clip of the film. So Michael, were you really giving a welcoming smile in that scene?
That wasn't me, actually. That was one of the days that I was in bed watching movies.
He sounds nothing like you. You're right.
No, I can't really remember. I suppose I was, because, it's like doing voiceover stuff or radio plays. I can always remember them saying, "If you smile, it sounds warmer." So I was probably smiling, yeah.
Now, Domhnall, your character takes quite the beating. I mean, Frank's nice to him from the outset when you joined the band, and he's the reason you do join the band, but everybody else is pretty mean to you. What was the rapport like on set? Did they kind of try to cultivate that on set and make you feel like an outsider for most of the shoot, or did you feel
Why
like
would
you
you
were part
bring
of the
this up?
family?
Why would you do this to me in front of
This
everyone?
is a therapy session. Let's go
Yeah.
deep.
Okay. Yeah. I think it was when I was beaten when I was a kid that I first thought. No, it doesn't matter. No. It was actually a very warm environment on set. It was cool, But yeah, my character gets beaten up quite a lot. There was there was a bit where Michael just had to run in a field, and that was the shot. And they set the camera up, and he started running. And then he went to a boat. You found a boat, and then you got a spade, like a shovel, and pretended to row with the shovel, and then beckoned me over. And I said to the director, "Should I run in?" And he said, "Yeah." So I ran towards Michael, and then he chased me with the shovel, and he tried to hit me with the shovel. Yeah, and that was just another day on set.
Now, I'm guessing as an actor, you must have felt so freed in the mask. I mean, you talked of Commedia dell'arte. How free did you feel playing Frank?
Great. It felt like every day, those sort of trust exercises where you fall backwards and hopefully people catch you, otherwise you hit the ground. It was kind of like doing that with you guys every day, and I enjoyed it. It was fun, and I also thought that it would be helpful to the other actors to throw unpredictable stuff. So, because the character himself is unpredictable and eccentric, so I just sort of really enjoyed that. Probably abused it a bit.
Now, Frank is actually a real guy. He's passed, but I heard that he actually knew of the making of the film before he passed away. And John, the character that you play, is a co-writer on the screenplay. So that's what it says on IMDb.
Yeah, I think it's a funny one. There was a character called Frank Sidebottom in England who was, wore a big head and was kind of weird, like a crazy character and stuff. But the film isn't really about him or about, the real life thing. They made everything up in the film apart from the fact that he wears a head. So like my character John has the same name as one of the writers of the film, and then that's all they have in common, I think. That answer wasn't funny or entertaining. It was neither.
Well, it was true. My question was a bit boring, so it's my fault. Carla, I want to know, the music in the film is so unique and so odd, but enchanting in a kind of weird way. What role did you play in kind of the soundscape of the film, if any? I'm guessing you did.
Well, Stephen Rennicks wrote all the music.
Yeah.
I gave suggestions for keyboards and things like that in the beginning. When I met with the director, I looked at the script, and the one thing I was adamant about, and I think they had the same idea, I thought that the band, as eccentric as it was, it needed to be good on some level for that world. It couldn't be some shitty band. Oh, can I say that?
They'll bleep that out. It's not live. It's fine.
Sorry.
She said shit.
But
No, you said it.
I don't know. I don't.
She said shit?
I don't want to take.
What did you say, Donald?
I said shitty.
No, it was shitty.
There was a Y. There was a
You said
Y.
shitty.
Shitty.
Dick. Sorry.
Let's just cuss for the rest of the half hour we have you here. Yeah.
I mean, the first day I heard the music, I was relieved because I hadn't heard a note. I said yes to the movie, but without hearing a note of music. But I got a sense from the director that they were on a page that was, similar to what I thought it should be. And then I heard the music the first day, and it was great. And I think you felt the same way when you heard it, But I was, I just pushed for it to be as weird as possible. That's where I came from, because I'd never seen anything like that done correctly in a film. So, and I think everybody pulled it off. Really proud of these guys for I think they're great. And he's a natural front man. Doesn't matter. He's.
I wouldn't have said that 3 nights ago.
She laughed as soon as you put it. I mean,
no.
He's.
No. I just. No.
Well, you're not very good in the beginning of the film.
But I mean, we played on Colbert last night, and it was great. They were all great. I've never seen anything.
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
awesome.
And these guys have never played in front of an audience as musicians. It was great.
I saw you on Monday night at that old strip club in New York. Perform.
We
the
performed
band,
at
they
a
weren't
strip club.
stripping. Sorry. Oh, geez, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, let's show the
Dick.
second
Sorry,
clip.
no, it doesn't
Dick,
matter.
yeah. Second clip from the film, please. So now we're going to open it up to the audience. So if you have a question, please just raise your hand, and someone's going to come around with a mic.
We have a question right
we
here
have
in
a
the
question
front
right there.
row to your right.
Hi, I have a question for Michael and Donald. How do you...
Domhnall. We went through this at the beginning.
Sorry. How do you guys like...
No, sorry. What's my name?
Dom.
A deer,
Think
a
donut
female
with an L
deer.
at the end.
Donald. Domhnall.
Domhnall.
Think dough, like a baker.
Donut.
Or
Domhnall.
dough, like a female deer. Dough, no.
Domhnall.
You can work on it. It's fine. It's fine.
How do
You're like
you
the
guys...
male Saoirse Ronan. I didn't even say that right, did I? Oh, gosh.
Okay. How do you guys like working blockbusters versus indie films?
I like it's both, to be honest. I mean, I love smaller films have more restrictions in terms of time and money. So I think within that you can find a great freedom, and you can find there's a lot of excitement, I think, because things got to move fast, and I quite like moving fast. And steady. But the thing is, when the big films are doing really well, it's good for the industry because that means that the money trickles down to the independent platform, and there's a good sort of structure of money going out to that film base. And I think each depends on the other. And just as a fan, I like to go and see something that has more of an adventure feel to it, more of a roller coaster type, ride, and then something that's small and has more relevance, maybe in terms of what we're dealing with in the world today as human beings, everything else. So as an actor, I enjoy doing both as well. And then the final thing is that, just for me personally, it's like the fact, doing something like X-Men and, yeah, thanks, and Prometheus, which have been, thank you, which have been so good to me, and have also allowed smaller films to get made, because you can go and do something like Frank and get it financed, So I think they need to exist alongside one another. I mean, I enjoy, I feel very lucky to be able to do both.
Oh, this is for Michael. And over here, Michael. Now you mentioned I'm right here. You mentioned earlier about the difficulties of putting on the mask and acting in the mask. Now, in comparison to your previous roles, how difficult was it to prepare for this role and act in this role? And would you consider this one of your most difficult roles in recent pictures?
No, absolutely not. I mean, it was a challenge, but it was actually a nice sort of. I felt very free with it. I just finished doing a film with Terrence Malick right before it, and that was in Mexico. Yes, we were down there. Fantastic place, fantastic people, especially that region, the Yucatan. They're very proud, cool, strong people. So we were also in Austin, fantastic city as well. If there's anybody from Austin, Texas.
I was in Oregon once.
What was that like?
It was okay. No, it was amazing. It was amazing.
Thank you. Yes. So anyway, that was a lot of sort of there was a lot of improvisation, and it was pretty intense, and it was just a very good learning experience for me to be with, to sort of work with somebody like Terrence Malick, who's an absolute master and an absolute genius. So I came into Frank with a lot of inspiration from that, and I knew that I had to be free and just had to go for it and enjoy it. The hardest thing, I think, was trying to find the voice and trying to place that. In terms of acting inside the head, the only thing that was anyway tricky with that was, again, the voice. It's kind of reverbs in there. So working on an accent, then putting on the head and here, it just sounded different. And then the singing, of course. But everything else was very liberating about wearing the head.
Hi, you mentioned Prometheus, and I was wondering if it was more difficult to be a guy with a fake head or just a head like David, and also, are we going to see more of him ever?
Yeah, we were talking about that. It's like, if the next Prometheus is just a head. I mean, like, I can't even move my neck like I did there. I'm already cheating, so I'm in practice already for that. It was interesting, both of them. Kind of cool. It was easier, I think, having my body.
Hi, how are you? First, I need to tell your name. Domhnall? Domhnall.
That is perfect.
Okay, thank you. Question is, you became so famous, so can you tell me good thing and bad thing become famous? Thank you so nice to see you. Thank you.
The good thing is that I get to meet people like you, and it's I mean, there's really nothing for me to complain about. I have to say, it's to sort of be in this profession and to just be sort of working or a jobbing actor is something that I was sort of at one point I was really reaching for and hoping for. So to be in this position, there's nothing really to complain about. I suppose, if anything, it's just sort of not being able to be as anonymous in a crowd, and part of the job is, I think, to observe people, and I enjoy people watching, so that sort of obviously becomes more and more difficult. But you still, find little sort of remote places and disappear. So it's cool. Mexico again. Yep, we've got a strong contingent there. Still there, Mexico.
How do you feel about the moniker McFassy? Also, are you free in October?
I thought we were doing Halloween already. We're revisiting old ground here. You're from Queens, right? I don't mind. I've been called way worse things. So yeah, I'm happy.
It's not a question, just a little request. I was wondering, can you guys sing "I Love You" All for us a little bit? Cause we all love you too.
Oh, God. Maybe at the end. Should we do it at the end?
I Love You All is one of the songs in the movie.
Oh, that's
You know
nice.
what? It just wouldn't feel right without
Francois and Maggie as
and
well.
Maggie.
Yeah.
And we need instruments. I mean, even if I had some spoons. It would you have a comb, right?
You do
Obviously
a line?
not. Yeah.
A line, a word from the song? No?
Can
A
we
line,
do
a
one that
word
we
from
can
the song?
sing to. Can you all sing those verses with me? Oh yeah, okay. One night, Bangkok City.
Just do any song.
No, we have to do something together.
Bee-ba-ba-ba-da-bo. No, it doesn't matter.
Ba-ba-ba-da-bub. Bee-ba-ba-ba-da-bub. I feel like Chevy Chase in Vacation. It's like, deck the halls with boughs of holly. Take it, Russ. Fa la 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 la.
So it was mentioned earlier that a lot of people in the band were first-time musicians, and the lyrics were written by a person that's not here today. But what musical influences were there for like the vibe of the band, since everyone is kind of new to music?
Why don't you take that?
Yeah, you can take that.
Well, when we talked about it, I think it went everywhere from Velvet Underground to, with Michael, I think there was a huge span. Daniel Johnson, who else? That's some of your questions. Jim Morrison. He has such Iggy Pop. He has such a deep, incredible voice that when he is down there in that range, it's incredible. He's got a great voice for singing, but musically, just a lot of noise stuff. We experimented when we were playing, when we were rehearsing. We actually did get into some stuff that never made it to the film that was incredible, and we really went off the page, pretty far off the track, and it was great, but. There was nothing. I wouldn't say there's one element that was. It was pretty free, I think, and it became something different from where it started, which was great. It turned into this new thing, which became the music in the film. So.
I think part of the challenge as well was to make music that you couldn't say sounded like one thing. The band had to be strange enough and unique enough that you wouldn't say that's a band exactly like Velvet Underground or exactly like some other thing. But I think,
the combinations of everything sort of created a new style, which we became, I guess.
And unfortunately, that's the end of the evening. But Frank comes out in select theaters, not this Friday, but next Friday. And it's also available to view on demand, so be sure to check it out. And thank you, Michael, Carla, and Domhnall.
Thank you very much for coming. Thank you for coming, everybody.